Morning, guys. This is James from the Ag Learning Center again. We're back with you this morning. I want to visit a little bit about a breed of beef cattle, the Brahman breed. Now, last week we were fortunate enough to host the AJBBA All-American here at the Four States Fair. So we wanted to take an opportunity and visit just a little bit about this particular breed of cattle. Some of the things about them, kind of a moderate frame cow. The bulls can range anywhere from 1,600 to 2,200 pounds. The heifers and the cows anywhere from 1,000 to 1,400 pounds. The key thing is kind of their disposition. A lot of people think those old cows a lot of times can be a little hard to get along with, but they can be if you don't mess with them properly. These old cattle are very inquisitive, they're very shy. They're also very hardy, and they can adapt to a variety of climates and conditions out in the pasture. As far as colors go, these old cattle, they go from a light gray to almost white to a dark red or an almost a black. Now, one of the things, as we said, that makes them really good about these old girls is their heat tolerance. Their short hair and the dark pigment of their skin allows them to kind of reflect the heat off from the sun as it comes down. Their looser hide allows them to be able to have a greater amount of surface area to be cooled. And these old cattle have some sweat glands and they can sweat. Other factors about these old girls, they are very good mothers. They are very insect resistant, which is good in this part of the country to be used in a crossbreeding operation like a Cimbra or a Brangus or a Santa Gertrudis that we talked about recently. What we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to visit with some of the exhibitors from the All-American this week. Hey guys, this is James from the Ag Learning Center, and we're here today with one of the exhibitors from the Junior All-American Brahman show. Go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us about yourself, tell us where you're from.
My name is Wesley Onick. I'm from Skelton, Texas, South Texas, and a 7-hour trip to here. And I'm an AJBA director, and we're here at the All-American for a week.
Good, good. We're glad y'all are here. Let's just jump right in. You know, and everywhere I go, everybody I sit down and visit with, I ask them this question: how has COVID affected you personally, as well as how has it affected the way you're showing cattle?
It really hasn't affected us on the ranch. I mean, we're still doing everything. We still work cattle, haul cattle, doing outside stuff. But as long as selling cattle and going places and doing business transactions, it's kind of slowed down selling calves for us. The market's down, but we still got to feed them. We still got to do all the work. We still got to do it all. But the market and business kind of slowed down for us.
Okay. Did you bring any more cattle than you would have if you had been where things could go?
No, we brought the same. We still have the same calves on feed. We still got the same everything. It's just the income, money, and bringing in profits and going places and doing stuff that we normally do to bring in more profits, and we're not doing that now. Okay. So it's kind of slowed down for us, but we're still doing all the same work. And
what do you see? You know, I guess you're what, sophomore, junior, senior high school.
No, I graduated.
Graduated high school already. Okay. All right. So what do you see as a high school graduate headed off somewhere to school? Number one, where are you headed? Where's your future plans taking you?
I graduated high school last year, and now I'm working at a lab, embryologist lab, and I'm becoming an embryologist. And actually, I just started growing my own embryos already, and working in a lab and transplanting embryos. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna start running a lab in Texas, and I'm running my ranch personally. It's right down the road, and that's what I'm doing full time now.
Okay. Okay. What do you see as the future of the beef industry? I know you talked about the embryos and that stuff. What do you see as the future of the beef industry?
It's going to keep growing. I mean, this had a minor setback, if that, if anything, but it's going to prosper. It's going to keep growing. And the technology that's coming with it is just getting better and better, and more people are doing it, and it's just going to keep getting better and better.
Okay. Really open-ended question right here. If you could change anything about your show career, what would it be? From the time you first grabbed a hold of a halter to today?
I wish I could keep showing in junior shows. No, my little brother just started showing. This is his first year as a junior, so we're going to be around for another 10 more years, and I still got junior kids that we haul with now, and we still show all the open shows that we can get to, and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going, and then I guess before long we'll have kids, and we'll be going with them, and then it's going to be a family deal.
Okay. Talked about your little brother, just starting out first year show.
Yes, sir.
What words of advice or words of wisdom would you share to a new exhibitor that is their first year show?
Just go out there and have fun. That's what we're here for. It's a week long of fun. Meet friends, new places, have fun showing your cattle. It's a lot of hard work that goes into it, and it all pays off when you go in there and show and do well and have fun and walk out with a smile on your face and just never give up, and time will pay off.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Hey guys, we're here with another exhibitor from the All-American Junior Brahman Show. Introduce yourself, tell us a little about yourself, where you're from.
Absolutely, thank you for having me. My name's Ryan Veeney. I'm from Fort Pierce, Florida, 20 years old, student at the University of Florida, and I currently serve as the American Junior Brahman Association Vice President.
Right. Well, thank you for taking the time with us today. I know this is insanity around here. There's a lot of really good cows on the grounds this week, and we're tickled to death y'all are here. Let's just hop right in. With everything that's going on, with travel restrictions and this and that, how has this COVID affected you both on a personal level and with regards to showing cattle?
On a personal level, it hasn't done much back on the ranch. We're still a commercial cattle operation, pretty much working at 100%. However, it does affect us when we go to market a little bit, cut days, shorter days, so we don't get to sell as much cattle. However, on a show side, we're losing some entries. Some parents are a little bit more concerned than others. They want to make sure that their kids are safe. Everyone does, and a lot of them think that staying away from the shows is what they need to do.
Right. Well, you'll notice we've got our chairs set up, and I did actually put a tape measure on this. And they are 6 feet apart.
Yes, sir.
So to make sure that we could follow the proper social distancing guidelines here, that kind of stuff. What does the future hold for you?
Future for me personally, advocacy has always been something for me. I've served on my state and national beef advocacy boards. As you can see, I've served on my National Junior Brahman Association board. And I just want to make sure that people out there understand the agriculture industry and know where their food is coming from, their clothes are coming from, that they understand it goes beyond the supermarket, that there's people out there working every day to make sure that they're living the lifestyle that they want.
Okay. What do you see as the future of the beef industry?
For the beef industry particularly, I know there's some stuff in the makings with laboratory grown beef, and I do realize that that's probably the next frontier. Right now, people are just producing more people than we can feed at this point, and yeah, technology's getting there. We're getting better at producing traditional cattle as well, but there's going to be a point where we need to rely on a little bit of an extra source of food income.
Okay. Would you change anything, or what would you change, I guess, maybe about your show career?
I wish that I had gotten more interested and more serious at an earlier age. I didn't really come into the competitive side of showing cattle until I was probably about 13 years old. So there were about 5 years there where I was just playing around. I liked showing cattle, but I didn't really think that there was something more for me out there to do. And then I realized there's this great association in both my state and in my nation that gave me the opportunity to grow more as a person and as a breeder.
20-year-old student at the University of Florida, been showing cattle quite a few years. What words of wisdom would you give to somebody that's just starting out, that this is their first junior national, this is the first calf they've ever gotten a hold of? What would you share with them?
Absolutely. The first thing I'd say is always have fun. Above and beyond, yeah, the buckles look cool, the banners are great, but it's about the memories you're making, what you're experiencing right now, the friends that you're going to have 10, 20 years from now. And always be in it for yourself. Don't go out there with a cow that you think the judge is going to like, because no matter what, that cow's not going to be in the judge's barn. That cow's going to be in your barn. And the only thing that really matters is if you like that cow.
All right, guys, we're back with another one of the exhibitors from the All-American Brahman show here. Go ahead and tell us your name, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, all that kind of stuff.
I'm Callie Walty. I'm from Alvarado, Texas, and I'm currently the AJBA Queen.
It's nice to meet you. We're certainly glad y'all are here this week, and we appreciate you taking the time today to sit with us. Let's just get right into it. How has COVID affected you from not only from a personal standpoint, but from a standpoint of showing Cali?
I think one thing that COVID has definitely kind of hit the ag industry is that, maybe we're not able to go to shows like we're used to and just, go to a jackpot show to get our cattle out, get ready for junior nationals and our state show. A lot of these shows, especially junior nationals, has been really kind of iffy and on the edge. Are we going to get to come here and see all of our friends that we come and we get to see every single year, or do we have to wait it out another year? And so I think the big question mark is what really affected us as a breed and just everyone as a whole.
All right, what does the future hold for you down the road?
After I give up my AJBA title, I'm going to continue showing Brahman cattle. I'm going into my junior year of high school at Grandview High School, and I just plan to continue to grow my herd, get some new genetics, and to work with other breeders on showing in maybe the open shows, and just kind of growing my herd to be a bigger Brahman breeder and just to help other kids just showing and different things like that. So definitely just to be more involved in the industry as my career goes on.
Any big plans to go off to school somewhere?
Yes, sir. I plan to attend Texas A&M University or Texas Tech and major in animal nutrition. I love the nutrition side of beef cattle and just learning how they grow and develop differently based on their breed and just learning, their metabolism and how they develop. So that's something that I definitely want to go into for my career and still be involved in the Brahman breed as well.
Okay. What do you see as the future of the beef industry?
I think one thing, the beef industry has kind of taken a hard hit, but I think that as us ranchers and farmers band together and we really just kind of keep promoting the ag industry and putting a positive outlook on everything that we do and just showing through social media. I think social media is a huge platform that we're able to utilize, but showing it and using it for a positive purpose. Don't put anything out there that organizations that aren't huge fans of the ag industry can kind of beat down on us and say, oh, that's not right, look what they're doing. But just kind of showing a positive light, shining a positive image on our industry and what we do together. And it just really, I think, will help us as the ifs and making sure things are going smoothly throughout COVID.
Okay. Been showing cattle a while.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any regrets? What's something any regrets that you have in showing?
I think I like to do a lot of things. I like to be involved. I'm heavily involved in so many different activities through 4-H and FFA. I think one thing that I regret is not jumping in sooner. I didn't start showing in the AJBA until 2016 because I had cattle that were either crazy and I couldn't show them and I was too little or they got hurt. And so I definitely regret not having more females or more bulls to be able to take to these shows and get involved earlier on. But I think that would be my regret, is not jumping in feet first and getting started earlier. But definitely I would advise others to do that.
Okay, kind of leads us into our last question. What words of wisdom would you share with somebody that this is their first junior national, this is their first year to show a calf? What would you tell a brand new exhibitor?
I've actually told a few of them this year and many years in the past. One thing is get involved for sure. Even if it's public speaking, if it's a poster contest, pictures, whatever it is, showing cattle, definitely be involved in everything. Because not only does that help you to be a well-rounded kid, but to also be able to, find something that you're passionate about, find something that you're good at. Maybe you didn't know that, behind a camera you're pretty good. Or maybe you can actually draw some Brahman cattle on a poster. Maybe, you are able to stick a calf, but just finding someone's niche and finding where they really truly belong to help them develop as their true self.
Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and all that stuff.
So I'm Claire Fontenot. I'm from Real Platte, Louisiana. I've been showing cattle for about 8 years now. I've just been so involved in AJBA and it's helped to grow me as a person.
Okay. Let's just hop right in with everything that's going on. It's insane, from showing to everything to not being able to eat to How has COVID affected you both personally and from a show aspect?
Well, personally, we weren't able to finish our school year, so there were many athletic events that were canceled that we were really looking forward to. The junior show at Houston was canceled, which was a big letdown for many exhibitors. And also other shows that were just canceled. Junior nationals some were canceled and some are still have with restrictions, but also other open shows that are coming up, we don't know if we're going to have them or not.
Okay. Okay. What does the future hold for you?
So I plan to stay involved in AJBA until I graduate, and then I plan to attend Texas A&M and major in animal science or animal reproduction, doing something with cattle reproduction and embryo transfer process.
Okay. What do you think is the future of the industry as a whole?
I believe that if us ranchers and exhibitors come together and promote good beef industry information, I think we will grow and just expand as a whole.
Okay. Really an open-ended question right here. This is, questions I like to ask these kind of questions. Would you change anything, or do you have any regrets within your show career?
Within my show career, I wish I would have jumped in sooner. I showed commercial cattle for a good 3 years, and then someone asked me to show a Brahman calf, and I wish I would have just done that sooner. Because the association has grown me so much. I've been able to speak in front of people. I've learned to get behind a camera and take pictures, selling cattle, just so many new opportunities that were open and I didn't even realize.
Okay. If you ran across a brand new exhibitor, somebody that's their first year to show, they just, the first year on the halter, what advice would you give to a brand new exhibitor?
I would tell the exhibitor just all encouraging words, no letdowns. Like, just tell them to keep their head up and stay positive. Good things are going to happen. The more you work with your cattle, the better you'll get. The Brahman industry is one of the toughest breeds, so kids are let down sometimes when they don't place as well, but they don't know that the competition is one of the stiffest in the United States. So just for them to stay confident and stick with their project.